So we went to North Carolina this past summer to take a beach trip, something we haven't done in a long time. Had family up there to visit too, but we were really needing some relaxation, and I also hoped for some opportunities to game hunt along the way. I wasn't planning on any early morning hunts this time, not looking to do yard sales or anything like that. This time, I'm on a mission to scope out local GameStops and a Second and Charles along the way. GameStops don't always want to ship games from store to store, so for that rare underpriced RPG you want complete in box, you're going to tour some locations. Which can be fun because it's a buyer's market on Wii and Wii U right now, and truth be told, I'm hoping to fill some holes in my Wii U collection on this trip. On the mega cheap. So we're in a small town called Kernersville. And there's a GameStop and a Goodwill near each other here, and I wanted to scope them both out in full. This GameStop was our first stop. I'm beelining for the Wii display. At a glance, it's all the usual trash, or just stuff I don't need. I see a copy of Bakugan Battle Brawlers, which I've owned 3 times and never really got into. Molly and I used to play with Bakugans that I'd find at yard sales when she was little. I'm sure this game is horrible to some degree, but I love the artwork on it. I've sold this game every time I've had it, and now it's less than $1 complete? Obviously not a big score, but I think it's time to permanently shelve this one. There's not many games in all of gaming that I would leave behind for $1. On the Wii U side, I see a game that hasn't been in my area in ages. Mass Effect 3. Been dying to play through this one again, but on this system. And it actually ties into another series I have going currently on the show. This copy isn't complete, but it's $5, and it's the first copy I've seen and I couldn't tell you when. And some GameStops are actually throwing away boxes and manuals for games that are $5 and under and putting the discs in like a pick-through bargain bin, for you to go through. So that's making it harder to find the cheaper games that you want complete in box. I've got to get this one here. Mass Effect 3 multiplayer rocked the earth. And the trailer for the Wii U version indicated actual cutscene differences from the 360 and PS3 versions. We're already getting some really cool stuff here. Scoping the PS3 rack, and I see another game that ties into this ongoing series on the show. Fuse from Electronic Arts. An intriguing third-person shooter with sticky cover that never really took off. It's in great condition too. Fuse was looking good at the time its demo was playable, but not good enough to drop $60 on it given the plethora of other shooters I was in the middle of at the time. I've always still kind of wanted it though. I'm getting it in good shape and I'm getting it cheap. This first stop was already worth the trip. So we're dipping into this Goodwill now. Molly found the game and DVD bin and has already spotted some Xbox green. There's a FIFA Street here for 360, and while that's not incredibly exciting, the Street games are still somewhat valuable in today's market. The Street games are usually pretty fun to play too, on any system. Probably not a keeper for me, but this thing has scratches and a busted up case. And I want to get this for cheap and give it a second chance. It deserves it, and it may pay for some of what we get today. Can you tell me how much this is?
$150.
How much?
$150.
I'll do it for $150. Yeah, that'll do. $1.50? The doo-doo-y Goodwill where we live, they want $5 a piece for every game. So the next day we're headed to Fayetteville to meet up with my sister and the rest of her family. We're grabbing some lunch at a pizza joint because, you know, video games, pizza. For no reason at all, there's a giant bumblebee outside the front door of this place. Yeet, bumblebee. You don't see that every day. Now we've eaten, we're full, we're headed into their Second and Charles, and it's a clean, good-looking store. But that does not necessarily guarantee selection. I head straight for the used games. There's a Dungeon Siege here on 360, and I've passed on this game so many times, but it looks cool and it's only $6 here, but I'm passing again. I think I can get it cheaper. There's a few PS2 curiosities here. Most are priced at retail. There's a Star Trek Conquest here in good shape, and a copy of Tomb Raider Underworld. I'm not exactly a Trekkie, but this is Bethesda, and it's probably worth more than they're asking on that premise alone. PlayStation 2 is old enough now where I actually get a craving for it, like I do consoles much older than it is. As for Tomb Raider, I never really cared for it, and most installments in that franchise are just too common to be worth anything. This one, however, may be worth as much as double what they're asking, though. I remember the Xbox 360 Tomb Raiders really spiked in value too after Square's Tomb Raider blew up the spot. The PS1 originals were just unplayable nightmares to me. The movement kept the game from being any fun or even remotely interesting to me. I doubt this one's a keeper, but it may put us back in the green just a little bit on this hunt, which is great considering we're picking retail stores right now. Then I see something I've never seen before. Didn't know it existed. Digital Hitz Factory? Hitz with a Z? Now we're getting somewhere. It's a rat maker. For a USB mic, which I'm pretty sure I have. Yeah. A live stream episode with me, Emceemur, on a rap production game? That's officially happening in the future. I'm not sure what the limitations of this software are, but for $4, I'm keen to find out. And these suckers were locked in a case, and I couldn't believe they had them. The Coleco and Intellivision Flashbacks, in great condition and severely undervalued. These are bringing 50 to 60 bucks at auction these days, as they are much more uncommon than the Atari models. And these two combined didn't even cost me 50 bucks here. I'm scoring stuff I was legit looking for and didn't expect to find, all in the same mission. And that's what I want done. So there are 2 GameStops within 15 minutes of here. Because, of course there are. The Wii stuff is the usual horse hockey here. There's a couple I wouldn't mind looking at, but GameStop runs promos Sunday to Sunday, which I hate. They start when the weekend is already practically over and then stop before you get a chance on the next weekend to finally hit them up. The 2 for $20 deal ended today, which unfortunately puts us back digging much deeper into the bargain bin for deals. They have a copy of the worst game ever made here. Worse than Big Rigs and Jekyll and Hyde combined. Guaranteed. The Dwarves on PS4. and it's finally dropped to $10. I made my money back selling my copy day 2 after having purchased this game at a 20% discount with my discount plan. So it's worth $10 to me right now to buy this back and show you guys in a future episode why the worst game in existence is actually current gen. It's abysmal. It masqueraded as a Diablo-esque button masher when it's really fake combat with non-existent hitboxes and a pathetic attempt at a choose-your-own-adventure novel-type format. If the novel is one written by somebody that flunked out of junior high creative writing. That's another story for another episode, but yeah, this isn't a common game, and I'm going to grab it back for $10 while I still can. I'm gonna buy this piece of crap. The dumb butt dwarves. Last stop for today, one more GameStop. And we're really hoping for Wii U rarities here. That's just one of the consoles I'm amped to collect for lately. Here's another Mass Effect 3, and of course, it's complete. The gal working the counter is super nice and so professional. I'm hoping if I bring in my incomplete copy from the car, the receipt, and maybe buy something else, she'll let me nab that sweet, sweet manual. And it didn't have the manual. Would I be able to exchange it for this complete copy?
Yeah, does that one have the manual?
It does.
Oh, yeah, you can go ahead and bring it in.
Okay, I have it in the car.
Yeah.
She's good with it. I'm getting my Mass Effect 3 complete for the Wii U. Finally. I can't complain. This hunt turned up some stuff I was hot after, genuinely interested in. A clean copy of Fuse, a complete copy of Mass Effect 3 for the Wii U that would never be available again in my district, and a rap mix game. Those flashbacks though, super cool loot. And now it's time to hit the beach and work on my Savage Tan. In the morning we head out to Ocean Isle Beach. All the family we met up with is coming with us, and we're looking forward to a few days of fun in the sun. The view from my room is stellar. The weather is gorgeous here, and the beaches aren't crowded at all. The water is fine, and most importantly, the kids are having a big time. So my hunt's over for now, but I'm satisfied. Very satisfied. And it's so nice here that we're definitely going to be coming back again in the future, and there's a couple of game stores close to the island that I could see checking out on a future visit as well. So cool stuff. We got cool stuff. This one's in the books. On to the next adventure. See you next time.